All right, shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites from the Cleveland branch here at GMS, coming back at you through the power and spirit of the Most High and His Son, who this present evil world calls God and Jesus Christ. But in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, we would know the Father to be Yahweh, which means He is or He exists, and for the Son it would be Yahweh Shai, which means He delivers or He saves. And He's coming to save the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians on your father bloodline, because according to the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, you are what you are according to your father's pedigree. But before we get into this quick lesson, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and infamous glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, love, and blessings to the Akim that scattered abroad preaching the truth, man. And we was just about to go in on Ismael, man, because one of the brother's friends came up and he had his wife dripped up and, you feel me, draped down and wrapped up and covered. And she's a Muslim. And they go hard for Allah. And Allah ain't even real. But Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is real. Well,
okay. This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast rejected knowledge. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law, Salakia, of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
It's our people destroyed for the lack of knowledge, thinking that they Muslims, thinking that Ismael was part of the covenant, thinking that all nations could be saved, thinking the name of God is Allah, which Allah is just a Hebrew word which means power. But it says, since they forgot the law of Yahweh, He will also forget thy children. And that's why you see our people in all these different philosophies and ways of living and just wickedness, man.
Salakia, can you bring that last part back?
This is Hosea 4:6. Seeing thou hast forgotten seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Can you keep reading about this?
As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Right. So these people is increasing right now. You know, Jacob is increasing in what? Riches. Jacob is increasing in what? Glory. He increasing, he getting all of this. That's why we can't, Salakia, if I'm going off the topic, but that's why we can't envy what these people got. These niggas got whips. These niggas got all the women. They get all the glory in society. They get all the finest shit, eat all the goodest shit. And ultimately, that's what these other nations do too, man. You know, but this scripture talking about Jake. But the Lord said He gonna do what in their increase?
Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
And the Lord gonna change it into shame when Jacob's trouble come, man. When He take all of that away, all of your resources, your house, your kids, your family, your life. And then you're just gonna be looked upon as a has-been.
No, yeah, you ain't really going off the subject because like a lot of that Muslim stuff, they got like a lot of synagogues and temples and things, and they be like spreading the wealth around and everything. Like they be living deliciously. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. So people gonna be ashamed in that day that the Lord's talking about bringing upon our people,
especially when they realize Allah and all them different false idols are bullshit. You feel
bullshit.
Me?
Yep, they gonna throw that shit off.
Yeah, so that's gonna
all that shit
into shame.
Yep, they gonna be ashamed to even wear that shit, man. They gonna be ashamed that they even thought about that shit as being the Lord though. But this is Genesis.
Isaiah, because our people caught up in different philosophies. Is that a chariot right there? Oh, it's just faded out. That was a chariot, yo.
Calling
That's a
Yahweh
spirit called
Yahweh
Haloy.
Because it just disappeared.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
That's right. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. The book of the Lord is the Holy Bible, not the Holy Quran. The word Quran just means to recite. What is it reciting? It's reciting the Bible. It says, none of these shall fail, talking about the prophecies, and none will want her mate, because the Bible don't need nothing else to back it up. But when you read the Quran, you have to read the Bible. I got so-called friends in the world that's Muslims that say you're not a real Muslim if you don't believe in the Bible. You feel me? But to be a real Hebrew, you don't have to believe in the Quran. You know what I mean?
In the Quran, it got parts in the Quran where it acknowledges that the children of Israel are the chosen people of the Lord.
Surah 1 and 22.
So that's all you really need to hear if you really were into that, you know what I'm saying, type of religion. That should bring you right over to the Bible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it said,
Salaki.
my mouth, hold on, read the last part back.
I'm gonna just start over. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Which is the Bible.
No one of these shall fail.
The prophecies.
None shall want her mate.
You don't have to go and get another book.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
What's the spirit? The word.
Come.
Because what gathered the elect? The word.
Right, and he keeps saying she because these scriptures, these words, this wisdom is likened into a woman because how beautiful it is, how tender, how delicate it is. And because what? A woman is made to support. And that's what the scriptures do. The scriptures support you. You know, they help you. And that's what a woman was made to do. So that's why the Lord likens the word and the spirit and wisdom unto a woman. And then women are desirable. This truth is desired. These words are desirable, man. You know, even niggas in the world use scriptures for stuff they do on the left-hand side. Niggas in the world use scriptures to comfort them when they're going through shit in the world, man. But you can't do that with the Quran. You can't do that with whatever Bible, whatever different book that's out here. You can't do that with that, man. You can't seek comfort, help, counsel with any other book except the scriptures, man. And it's another thing, you can't buy these different translated Bibles either, man. You gotta get the King James Version because the King James Version was the first version that was interpreted in English. So you gotta get that. I know it's hard to read because it's old English, but eventually if the spirit dealing with you, it's gonna click like that. You don't need no NIV version, no children's Bible. No, get you a real King James Bible, man.
Okay.
Oh, Salaki, I had a precept too. This is because in the book of Acts, this is the book of Acts. Kind of forgot where it's at. Acts chapter, verse 5. That's the spirit call. This Acts chapter 5, verse 34. It says, then stood there up one in the council. Well, I'm gonna go down a couple verses, get to the point. I don't want to. All right, this is Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. All right, and what's Islam and Muslim? That's all of men. They following and worshiping after a man. You know, Allah, they have a false perception on what Allah is, man. When you go into it, Allah is just a power, you know, and that's us, that's Israelites. He puts power. We're powers, man. You know, you can't be calling the Lord power. You got to call him by his name, man. So that's why these people get a false perception of Allah and the Lord, is gonna bring them to naught, man, because they following after men. It say, go ahead. Verse 40, it say, verse 39. Verse 39. It say, but if it be of Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh. So, and it's really going to be established in these times of Jacob's trouble, because people going to be fighting against the truth more. We going to be the target, basically. All of this shit going to pop off because of us. Well, we're going to be the reason why Esau is going to, basically enforce what he enforcing, man. It's because of the word we preaching. So you're going to have the whole world fighting against the Lord's work by killing his prophets. It's going to be niggas in different countries coming here just to kill a prophet, just to turn in a prophet for a reward, man. So you gotta think how serious this is, man. Islam is not that serious to where people is dying and getting killed because of what they preaching. So it say least happily even be found to fight against Yahweh. And Esau gonna try to overthrow it by killing the prophets, but guess what? That's when the Lord gonna come back. So you can't overthrow it.
Okay. Because Allah's Ismael's God. Ismael is the father of the so-called Arabs. So we about to get into where the blessings came to, because he was blessed, but he wasn't blessed with the same blessing as us.
This is Genesis 17 and 15. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarah, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah. Salakia is Saria.
Yeah, but jump down to 19.
Oh yeah, come on.
This is
Genesis 17 and 19. And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him.
So the covenant is for who?
Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
That's the 12 tribes. That's us. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, which make up the real, true children of Israel.
So this is 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly.
He was blessed too. He was blessed to become a great nation of people. And it is.
12 princes shall begat him.
Because he had 12 sons too.
So like his 12 princes shall he begat, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac.
So the covenant was for Isaac, not Ishmael. The Lord made a covenant with Isaac. Now, what's that? Galatians 4:22.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons.
Romans 9. Exactly.
The one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman.
So the bondmaid was Ishmael, and the free woman was Isaac.
And that's the spirit, because the bondmaid is a servant. Well, so like I didn't mean to say servant. The bondmaid
was a servant.
Yeah, it is a servant, but the free woman is servant too, because they women. But I'm trying to find the right word. The bond woman is basically a heathen, right?
Yeah.
So
she was a heathen.
It's the spirit that that Isaac came from the free woman, because that's a purebred Israelite. Instead of having, Ishmael get the blessing and his mother's a heathen. So that's the spirit that Isaac was born of the free woman and not the bondmaid.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Verse 23. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
Hold on, was born after the what?
After the flesh.
After the flesh. Now let's see what the Bible say about after the flesh.
Romans 9:7.
7 and 8.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they called children.
Okay, because the seed of Abraham are they called children because Abraham had more than one child.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Oh, here we go again. It say, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh.
Children of the what?
The children of the flesh.
Who was children of the flesh?
It says, Galatians chapter 4, verse 23. But he who was born, he who was of the bondwoman,
Ismael,
was born after the flesh.
Ismael was born after the flesh.
They which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God.
Oh, that's straight point. Drop the mic and walk off, man. Ishmael is not a child of the Most High. So, how could he ever have the correct God? You know what I mean? It's impossible. And for you to be a Muslim, you have to believe in the Bible, right? So if the Bible say it ain't for Ishmael, why follow his ways? What's that? Jeremiah 10 and 1. Learn not the way of the heathen.
Jeremiah 10 and 2. I'll grab it. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. It says, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And that's what our people do, man. They learn the ways of the heathen. Islam, that's a way of the heathen. That's a way of a child that's born of the flesh. That's not a child of God, man. Point blank, period.
It says, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right, and the signs of heaven is what? Chariots. Signs of what? Is what? The moon, blood moon, solar eclipse, different stuff like that. That's why Esau be having these different scholars and colleges and these different students to try to learn about the heavens and try to seek signs and stuff like that, and then read about it in the scriptures so they could try to time stuff when stuff happened and try to interrupt prophecy. You know, that's what the heathen try to do. But they can't understand because the Lord ain't giving them the spirit because they not Israelites. They didn't get the promise, man. They heathens. But the Lord gave us the spirit to understand because we Israelites.
Okay.
So we understand the different lights in the skies, chariots. We understand that. These heathens don't. That's why they get scared. You know, we understand what blood moon means, that the Lord is about to bring judgment and death and plague. We understand these things because the Lord gave us the breakdown, man.
And that's what brings us to how we open with that Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because if they would have actually took time to get into it and understand what they reading, then they wouldn't even be reading it. They wouldn't even be following that shit.
That's right.
You know, they trying to go into the Quran and think that that's for our people when it's actually not. That's all. They elders and they teachers, they not even teaching them. They not even reading the book to them. Because if they'll read about Ishmael, knowing that's his religion, you know, and if that was to correlated with the scriptures, then they'll realize that they reading all bullshit.
Hey, so with that, man, we hope y'all was fed. So call halal Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the elders, peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect, man. Shalom and Abad Babal.
Bible ball.